On a physical level, the development of the disease goes through the several stages, and it starts with the interplay of doshas within your body. Doshas go through their normal cycle of accumulation and alleviation, accumulation and alleviation. Almost like a moon goes through its cycle. It becomes full as we see it, and then it goes into the cycle of a new moon. But if in the body imbalance happens, whether through our input, like we overeat, or there's certain external forces, that an imbalance can force for the dosha to keep accumulating and not to alleviate. And then when it keeps accumulating, it goes into the stage of aggravating. So it kind of grows and it starts spilling over and travel through your entire body. And when it does that, it eventually settles in a spot in your body, which is it's like a weaker spot, right? And it could be based on genetic predisposition, or it could be in your current state, or sometimes dosha choose their favorite spot. For example, Kapha really like respiratory system, right? It's moist and heavy. So a lot of respiratory diseases, they eventually end up, Kapha diseases end up with accumulating mucus in this area, as an example. And so Ayurveda teaches us to catch the disease in its aggravation stage, right? When it starts showing very, very first symptoms, this is when you want to address it, so then it doesn't end up in a form of a manifested disease. Usually that's the disease that we give a name to, we go to the doctor, receive diagnosis, and we start treating it. In Ayurveda, you don't just treat the manifested, the final form of a disease. You treat that, but you also want to address the very root cause where it started. And all doshas starts their accumulation in a digestive tract, in the stomach, in the small intestine, and in the large intestines. So whenever you treat any type of disease, you always also want to address the root cause, which is the digestive tract. And that's why in Ayurveda there is so much emphasis on what you eat. And it's important to eat food that is appropriate to your constitution, as well as the food that supports your current state.